Welcome to our show, Half Off. I'm Gabriel Solomon, and I have some news to present to you about what happened in the past month. For our first story, the Queen of England has tested positive for COVID after showing some symptoms. Her being 95 years old, this is a very dangerous situation to be in. I'm sure she'll receive Britain's highest level of medical care, so the chances of her anything fatal happening will be pretty low, but not zero. Now we're shifting our focus to Career Academy. Currently, a handful of students in the Culinary class were chosen to compete in the National Pro Start Invitational. This competition will have these students put their time management, teamwork, and culinary skills to the test. We were able to interview one of these students that were chosen.
Pro Start is a culinary competition where we come up with 3 different dishes: an entree, appetizer, and a dessert. You have a set amount of time to cook it, a set amount of time to get all your ingredients ready, and you're judged based off of if you were able to finish it in time and how good it is. Where you have to also incorporate different cooking methods into each one of your dishes. I just have a lot of cooking and restaurant experience, so that's part of the reason why I think I was chosen. So, yeah, we have it all set and costed out, so all we really have left to do is practice. Make sure we can get it in that time that we have. So for our appetizer, it's a chile relleno with Mexican street corn. And then our entree is tuna Veracruz. And our dessert is churros with mousse, creme anglaise, and berry sauce.
A big thank you to the student we were able to interview, and good luck to those competing. Let's take a look into sports. Super Bowl 56, Sunday, February 13, 2022, the Los Angeles Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals battled for the title of the Super Bowl champions at the SoFi Stadium in California. The halftime show was spectacular. It featured Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and Mary J. Blige. The score came down to the Rams with 23 and the Bengals with 20. The Rams winning the Super Bowl. For our next story, we're going to cut to ransom at the New Tech talking about a non-profit, Pave the Path.
When you think of a brand, you no doubt think of a company or a logo or something of that sort. But what if I told you someone right here in our community has a different idea on what a brand means? Jeffrey Roberts, lovingly called J-Rob by New Tech Academy students, has a different idea on what a brand truly means. To him, a brand is what makes you you and what makes you stand out from everybody else. So, he started a nonprofit in an effort to teach students on how to find their brand. This nonprofit is called Pave the Path. So we spoke directly to him to find out what it really is.
Okay, so Pave the Path was created 4 years ago. The ultimate goal was to empower, young leaders, usually high school, middle school age students or people, to kind of empower them to figure out what their personal brand is, because we felt like if you don't understand who you are, it's really hard to be a leader. So then eventually we created a mission that took that empowerment of young people and then tied it to, once you figure out your personal brand, then you can tie it to leadership skills, and then you can also tie it to entrepreneurial skills, which we figured out wasn't just owning a business, but thinking of yourself as you Inc. Like if you were to create a business on you as a person, what would the logo look like? What would the qualities be? What would be the strengths? So the ultimate goal is just to empower young people to figure out who they are. That was day one. 4 years later, we have 4 different programs going on, and it goes anywhere from figuring out what your strengths and your qualities are to then eventually put them into a brand form, and then eventually empower you to become a student mentor where you're actually giving back to the groups below you. So twofold, to try to get kids to understand themselves, and then how do we empower them to be leaders by what they figure out about themselves.
We also had an opportunity to talk to the people that are partnered with Pave the Path, Believe in a Dream. Let's get right into it.
One of the things that is rare in most school systems, and I don't think Fort Wayne Community Schools is that different, is to have students involved in thinking through what we would call the soft skills, thinking about the things that they do in Pave the Path, such as their personal brand, and about their own leadership skills, and what their strengths are, and how to make all three of those things come together. That doesn't stop when you leave high school, fortunately. In fact, for many people, it doesn't start until like their 30s or something like that. So the really cool thing about Pave the Path is that it gets you thinking about important life characteristics, your strengths, your leadership skills, your personal brand, well before most people would normally start to think about it. And you can learn your ABCs, so to speak, in high school. You can learn some of the hard skill topics, but the soft skill topics are what are really going to make you thrive and become a cool leader in life.
I think the most major blockade has been COVID, just because it's harder. Prior to COVID, we were actually talking to other communities already, regional here in Northeast Indiana, about launching Pave the Path events there in their community, and COVID shut that down. It's delayed things. That's really the main issue. Our funding's great. Our community partners are amazing. But yeah, COVID is kind of limiting us.
So the issue everyone's facing is just
as far as in-person, exactly, in-person events. It has helped us in other ways, though, like connecting now through Zoom. Now as I mentioned earlier, the kids from New York that we're working with, they tune in now to those monthly meetings, so they're able to do that. Where before with the in-person, we couldn't fly them out here. It cost way too much. But that's the main issue is COVID, so we can get those events going again. But hopefully this was the last big wave winding down, and we'll be able to do that moving forward.
Yeah. If you find yourself drawn to Pave the Path, but aren't within it, consider following their ideals in your daily life. Find your personal brand and find out who you truly are and stick to that. This is Ransom True at New Tech Academy, signing out. Have a good one.
This month, we had the Day of Twos, Tuesday, 2022. This isn't anything major, but it's something that seemed pretty cool. I'm Gabriel Solomon, and thank you for watching the Half Off Show. And we'll see you next time.